Hi folks, Skunk Seeker here. This is a quick video to let y'all know I'm still alive and well. Earlier this week I made a quick stop at my first and favorite research location that I call Squatch Central. I wanted to get a look in person on the current conditions of the trail through the swamp. Just some background on why I started sharing my hiking trips with you all on YouTube. As you can see from my video opening, my hikes are not all about seeking out the Florida skunk ape. I had started hiking some of the Florida trails in earnest in late 2011, early 2012, just to reconnect with nature and heal my soul, so to speak. And I like to take pictures of wildlife. I had always hiked, fished, and hunted. Yes, people, I said hunted prior to moving to Florida. These were a big part of my childhood and early adult life. Fishing and hunting was part of my family's food sources, as well as wild berry, herb, and mint tea picking. So walking in forests is as natural to me as breathing. So what changed? Why did I start looking for the skunk ape, you may ask? Well, it all changed one day when I was hiking in this very same location I call Squatch Central, looking for the side trail that supposedly led to the river's edge. I wanted to see if it would be a good place to go fishing. The side trail just happens to be almost center of this park area, hence the name Squatch Central. It was on this trail that shortly after turning off my video camera to get under some low-hanging palm leaves that spanned the whole width of the trail, and before I could turn the camera back on, I heard what I can only describe as sounding like a very large and very angry chimpanzee screaming, which ended in a very loud, deep, and long roar, similar in sound to an African lion's roar, only louder and longer. I felt what I can only describe as a vibration of this total sound sequence from the top of my head to my feet. Kind of like when you're watching a parade and the bass drummer of the band goes by, that feeling. So, besides feeling and hearing this sound, I was frozen in mid step from sheer fright. This was so far removed from anything I had ever heard anywhere in any forest. As some of you may already know, I seem to have a skill at shaking off my fear and proceeding toward my initial goal, which I did on this day, although very nervously, looking always to my left to see if the beast which had made that horrifying sound was going to be charging out of the swamp at me. For months I had searched out every vocal I could find of any known Florida wildlife, trying to compare the sound that I heard to no avail. The only thing I could compare it to was that of what people recorded and reported about being Bigfoot sounds. Bigfoot. Well, anyway, within a minute or two of this sound, I did reach the bank of the river, and here comes a kayaker from the left, heading downstream, paddling as though his life depended on him getting out of there as fast as he could go. Now, if you know anything about downstream, there's a current and it takes you along. You really don't have to paddle, but he was desperately paddling. He seemed to be very startled initially when he saw me at the top of the bank. Realizing that I was a human person, he said a very quick, nervous hello and kept going. So, um, that is why I initially started seeking out uh, the skunk ape. And this footage is from November of 2014, the last time that I had been at the park prior to earlier this week. And the conditions are almost similar. It's extremely wet because of all the rain that we've been getting this year, and the showers and thunderstorms have been almost daily this summer. So I didn't even get 50 yards in beyond the walk-through gate. And the initial gate that you can drive through is secured by a chain and lock. This chain and lock currently are extremely rusty and do not look like they've been used in a long time. So I'm wondering if my friend that seems to like to make noise in this park did not startle the maintenance crew at some point by screaming and roaring at them, and hence they no longer maintain the inside part of the park. As you can see from the following video from earlier this week, the grounds outside of that area where, people can gather and there's picnicking and stuff is well maintained. The grass is cut, everything looks nice. Once you walk through the gate, it's a whole different story. So I'm going to have to wait till later in the fall this year. This is 2018, of course, and I got to wait till the weather cools down and things dry out a bit before I attempt to try to go back in there again. I intend to go back. I want to go back there this year. So, catch y'all later. Sorry about that. Still pretty wet. Well, it appears we can't go much further. Swamp Central is swampy. And just kicking with mosquitoes. And of course they have not maintained a trail. Again, still. Have to come back when the weather gets cooler and drier. Okay.